And so I'm going to do a video here. I'm going to kind of walk you through everything and make it as easy as I can, and do it kind of step by step. And so whenever I need to do anything on Olis, obviously I would hit the Olis, I hit go, and so this brings up the home. Okay, so this is for today's date, March 31st, 2023. And so these are the meetings today. So you can see everything that's happening on the Senate side or on the House side, what publications they're going to be putting out, so you can kind of hit on that. You can see the schedule and et cetera, et cetera. So this is the home screen. Typically what I'm doing is whenever I'm tracking a bill, what I would do, so I would go hit here, I hit the bill, and so let's say I'm going to be tracking Senate Bill 348, right? So I put SB 348, and then I hit search, and so that pulls this up. Okay, so once I'm here, now there's so much stuff that I can do from this screen. This is kind of the home screen for Senate Bill 348. Okay, so my next step is if I want to follow the progress of this bill, what I do is I hit the e-subscribe button right there. And so there, what I can do is add my email to this. And that way, whenever something happens that's scheduled with this bill, 348, they'll send me a text alert, or excuse me, an email alert. And so from that, I can stay in front of things. And so, we're going to go through here. This is the announcement. So this is where it's sitting right now. So this is in the Senate Committee on the Judiciary. Okay, so I can click on that. From here, I can see who's on the hearing on this committee, right? So we have Prozansky, Thatcher, and so from there, like let's say James Manning is my senator, so I could hit James Manning. It would take me directly to his page in the Oregon State Legislature website, and from there I can find his telephone, and so I can call him directly and try to speak with him. There's also his email right there, so if you want to set up an appointment to have a face-to-face meeting or a via Zoom or on the phone meeting, you can set that up there. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. And so these are all the people that are just like, we're talking staff. Those are all the people that are involved with just analyzing all the numbers, okay? So I come down here. So we're looking at the regular meeting schedule, okay? So we have Monday, 1 p.m., hearing room D, okay? And so when I scroll down here, I look at all the plays. This is actual video from previous meetings, okay? And so if there was a hearing at, let's say yesterday was 3:30 at 1 p.m., what I would do is I would pick the section that says 3:30 at 1 p.m., hit play, and this would pull up the recorded testimony from yesterday, okay? So this is how I can see stuff, okay? So when you go back to the actual bill, so I'm going to back one screen here, okay? I can look at the measure history, right? So on the measure history, it shows you everything there. Everything is public record. So this is if you're wanting to learn how this system works, this is how you can do it, because you can follow and you can start at the beginning of the trail and you can work it all the way down to, obviously we have the work session that's scheduled on Monday, April 3rd. Okay, so then we have the scheduled events, right? So this is the scheduled events. Okay, so if I'm interested on that, I can click on that, and then it can give me an option to register. So I can't register to testify on this one because they're not taking any testimony. This is just a work session. Okay, so but this is where I would go if there was an option for me to testify. This is where I could do that. Okay, and so that's just something to think about there. Okay. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna do that one more time. I'm gonna try this though. Okay, so let's try House Bill 2007. Since this one did get a work, and so I hit go. It pulls it all up. Okay. So this is all. So I have a work session that's scheduled 8 a.m. on Monday. Okay. So what I want to talk about too here is this screen right here. Okay. So when I hit that the three hyphens right there, whatever it's called. So this shows me everything, right? So if I hit text, I can hit introduced, and that shows me the verbiage of the bill. Okay, so this is actual copy of the bill that they are going to be reading and they're going to be voting on. So if you can, and what I can do here is I can go here, I can copy and paste that link that I have right here. I can copy that, and then I can put that on my personal Facebook page. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And so I'm going to back out of that, and so I could share these links outside to my people outside of the group. So if there's people in your life that you want to see this information, this is how we get it. So we have analysis. Analysis is the financial impact, right? And so these are the analyses. So this is, let's see, there's a -1. Let's look at that. So this is what this measure does. And this talks about, this kind of the impact. It probably doesn't talk about financial, and because there's a big financial impact. So then from there we can look at the amendments, right? So these are the amendments that have been proposed, right? These are the date, these are the amendments. And so you just kind of click on that, and that'll tell you what the amendments are. Typically, it's just a language, unless they're adding a monstrosity like they did with 348. So something to think about there. And now I can go to testimony. Okay, so testimony is where I can scroll through here, and I can see everybody's testimony. Okay, so everybody that submitted testimony regarding 2007, their stuff will be right here. And let's say, so, obviously, this is where you can get ideas. This is who you can see, made their voice be heard. You can see kind of how we're doing. Like, is there more in support or is there more in opposition, right? So in this one, we didn't do as well as we did with 348, just because there was a lot of people that weighed in support. So that's a problem. If I was going to register to testify, this is how I would do that. And so obviously it's not scheduled for a public hearing, so I can't testify. But if it was open for testimony, I could register through that link right there. If I was to submit testimony, this is how I would do it. I just hit submit testimony, and then I could do it. Unfortunately, they're not taking testimony at this time. Okay, so that's kind of the thing here. So there's lots of stuff right here. So now I can look at all the sponsors. Okay, so these are the sponsors. These are the chief sponsors. These are the regular sponsors. Okay, so right there is Senator James Manning. He's my senator. He should be hearing from me. Okay, if you notice any of your reps on this list, or your senators under either the chief or the regular sponsor, they need to hear from you. Okay, and so that's the informational hearing. The public hearing was held, and then there was the work session. So, and we're going to go back on Monday for that. So, that was kind of an abbreviated version of, and, if I want to pick a date, like I can go here to the calendar. Let's say I want to look at, what does April 3rd look like? So then I can pull up April 3rd. I can go to meetings today, and it'll see there's my first meeting right here. And that's going to be for Senate Bill 348, right? So we're talking, when we're in this screen right here, this one's really, really important. So pay attention to this one, okay? So with this one, I'm going to hit this. I'm going to see there's an overview, right, which is going to be their notes, like their itinerary for the meeting. And then there's going to be the assigned measures, okay? So then we can kind of scroll in here. So look at, they don't have an assigned meeting hearing for 2005, but they have 2006 and 2007 that are both scheduled for that work session. So what the work session means is it's going to be up or down vote on whether these two bills go to the next committee. Okay, the problem is they already passed the amendment to House Bill 2005-1 yesterday, which added 2006 and 2007 to that amendment on House Bill 2001, which is going to, and then they're still going to move these two forward. So like it's kind of seems redundant to me, but I think what they're doing is they're trying to do it strategically. So they're trying to get something to stick. Okay, so if they don't get the House Bill 2005-1 amendment, which has basically 2006, 2007 combined into it, then they're going to separate and they're going to go for House Bill 2006 and House Bill 2007 individually. Because those are the two that they really, really want bad, because that raises the age for minors, or when I say minors, it's anybody 18, 20 to 21. And they also want to be able to restrict your ability to carry a concealed firearm in public spaces. So that's what House Bill 2007. So if in a perfect world, those are the two that they're going to focus on, as well as the ghost gun stuff. So which is House Bill 2005. So I hope this helps. I'm just trying to make this easier, because I know there's people that are, some people that are having a hard time understanding, the tech aspect of this, which I understand. One thing that I want you to realize here is that tech is changing rapidly. Okay, so when we're talking about tech, if we're master this system right now, then in 2 years we're going to be more effective, because this, for the most part, this is going to stay the same, this database, but the technology on how we get information, that could change in 2 years. I mean, technology is moving at a light speed. And so that's why, older demographics of our gun owners, like people that are, maybe not the most tech savvy because we're too busy, working and, all this stuff. If we can find these little cheats where we can use technology to our advantage, that's going to make us more effective advocates here. And that's all I'm trying to get through here. So I hope this helped you. And if you guys have any questions, please let me know, and I can do some other videos and just try to help make it as easy as I possibly can. So thanks. Have a good day.